More trouble. For Diddy, y'all. Speaking of lawsuits, more trouble for Diddy. New lawsuit emerges for P Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, or Dr. Love. $30 million lawsuit alleging assault and harassment. The plaintiff is a former producer of Diddy's, Rodney Jones, aka Lil Rod. He actually was one of the producers for Diddy's latest 2003 album, The Love album, Off the Grid. So, three pictures up there. I got y'all looking at these gentlemen because that's Diddy. That is Lil Rod. And then in Lil Rod's 70 something
Cause y'all know I read it. I couldn't wait to send it. I couldn't wait to send it to Candy. I said, girl, I have to read this over coffee and a donut. And I read all 70 pages and the footnotes. It was
Yes, so
great.
we know Karma is
Love it.
the twin fame of Cat Williams. She will read 3,000 books in a year. I won't. So I started to read what she had, and I was like, you know what, Karma just don't tell us.
I am. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. This is what happened. This is the ghetto 70-page non-legal advice breakdown of the document.
Okay.
So Lil Rod was originally in the gospel scene. Got a phone call like, yo, Diddy is doing like a writer's camp. For y'all that don't know, it's like when a bunch of producers get together, they kind of be in the studio and get the thing together. Well, he also was supposed to live with him in-house as well for the year duration of the album that ends up coming out. So during this year that he's living there, and no, he's not getting paid extra to live there, he undergoes all of these things that he has very detailed, very documented, and receipts in the actual document. So one of the first things he seen that he noticed was that all the peoples was there at the studio. And this guy named G that come in, who's a friend of Justin Combs, and there was some type of altercation that led to the bathroom. A gunshot was done. He runs into it. They leave out, and this guy is bleeding out. Then there's the article that stated that the actual incident happened outside of the studio, but he's saying no, him or his son shot that man because I seen it and he provided the pictures. So then he like, okay, I'm a little shaken up, but Diddy, you know how Diddy is. Diddy like, you're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. You need to stay. I'll get you a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? You need to chill out, whatever. So he's already contractually binded all these different types of things, right? So then there's another incident. They go to a little party on a little yacht. They, all this other stuff. Well, Cuba Gooding Jr. Walks on up to him, is doing his little thing, talking his little yin yang, and he like, yo, I'm cool. I don't want to do none of that. And Cuba like, you doing it today? You doing it today? He got pictures of Cuba all up on him. Got the pictures in there in the discovery. So then he's still around. It's another party. He said it's underage people here. It's prostitutes because he was using him to get the prostitutes from another place. Let's say it's somewhere in Miami, and he had to bring them back to the party. And some of them are underage. And at that underage, in the footnote, those people who were also there at that party was Meek Mill, Chris Brown, and Usher. And he got pictures, but the faces is blurred out because it's underage women. So then they got another little party. It's coke, it's Molly, it's all the things that Diddy love to do. And he like, listen, I know you like Stevie J. That's one of the producers you really like. Listen, me and Stevie go way back to the way back. Everybody does this. Everybody gets penetrated by Diddy if you want to come play. If you want to come play on Bad Boy. Here go a video of Stevie rocking this other young man. So you might as well drop them draws. So that's how Stevie J get into it, because he used Stevie J and some images in order to see. So dude is like, oh my God, how do I get out of this? Well, according to Diddy, you come to another party. So then at this party, in this little studio session, your girl, Young Miami, and Young Miami cousin is there. And he tries to go to the bathroom. Your Miami cousin come in there and start servicing him, but the door is open in front of Diddy and the rest of them. That's why she's in the lawsuit. At this point, he has already talked to people. He talked to the manager, which is the chief of staff, over like this white lady. He's talking to people. He's like, this is crazy. He's crazy and he's doing things to me and other people. And they're like, well, Sean is gonna be Sean. So he said, well, I have hours of audio, hours of footage. Here's some of my pictures. Here's my 70 pages. I want my motherfucking money expeditiously. They listed it as a RICO charge in the documents. For those of you who are not familiar with RICO, RICO is organized crime. It is not limited to like mob and drug activity, but any crime that is predicated by another crime in order to do that crime. So, for example, if you're selling drugs, you had to do another crime to get the drugs and another crime to sell the drugs, like that type of stuff could become under RICO. Bribery, human trafficking, all of that, which is all listed, very detailed with receipts in the document. Now, I know some of y'all get caught up on civil versus criminal, so let me put this in there too. All he can ask for is money. Civil suits only bring money. It is the state's job to bring a criminal. So the reason why this RICO is not a criminal charge, even though they have outlined RICO activities in the civil suit, is because they cannot press criminal charges on Puffy, P Diddy, Sean Combs. So all they can get or all they can request is money. But that does not mean that the state will not pick these things up. And when they do pick it up, just know that Diddy probably going to jail. Because if you know anything about RICOs, by the time they handcuff you, they got whatever they needed to get. The feds already got what they need to get. So that is the ghetto summary of the 70-page lawsuit. Now, I know y'all thinking like, oh my God, what did people say? Usher ain't saying nothing. Usher still skating. Y'all not gonna get Usher to say nothing. Usher is skating, okay? And that's what that man is gonna go do. He's gonna go skate. Stevie is probably higher than a kite and don't even know his name was mentioned. Chris been documented as doing things. Chris is about to go on tour. But Meek went on a downward Twitter spiral and told us that the suit could have been AI generated. He didn't say he didn't, or did he? You know, he said AI generated. He is spiraling out of control. Meek did it. Most people would have got you. And then he said, if it is real, somebody send me the link. So Meek is, I don't know, Meek was high, but Meek spiraling. Because why don't your lawyers know this?
Right. So a porn star came out and said whatever tape that he think is Stevie J is not Stevie J, it's him. Stevie J came out and said something like, "Oh, y'all wow," like nothing at all. And yeah, so I do have those two that actually said something. So yeah, I don't know if they got this porn dude to step up and say something to take the blame, or if it's really him or whatever. But he came out like that ain't even me. That ain't even Stevie J. That's me. You capping? Like, oh, okay. Well,
that doesn't mean he's capping either way. Because
right.
if he was presented that was Stevie J and some of you stars look like the person that you're trying to intimidate or initiate or whatever, then I can see that happening.
Right. So I mean, it might have been what he thought or what he was told anyway. So Diddy, surviving Diddy continues, y'all. It is still,
I'm happy about this one. This one has and I say happy loosely because it has murder, deception, human trial. It's got a lot. It corroborates Cassie's experience, and it also has just as much. I can't even imagine what the discovery would look like because all we saw was a snapshot to support the claim. The actual evidence of, because at the footnotes it would say audio can be sent, like, so whatever footage and audio and all of these different things, I can't imagine what that discovery would look like. It is about 11 plus defendants on this lawsuit.
I wonder how he got out. How did Lil Rod get out? Like, you know what I mean? I want to know that. So I'm interested.
Well, Lil Rod was on the internet, I think, last year begging for his publishing because you know how Diddy like to steal from artists. And I think he thought, because here's the thing with Diddy, as opposed to like the Cassie situation, Cassie was his girlfriend. So he wasn't letting her get out. But if Diddy is doing these things to other artists, which what I think he does does is blackmail them, bribes them, makes them do illegal activities, and then holds it against them to continue to commit these acts,
Okay.
he'll let you go. Like, if he did what he did with Meek Mills, which I think he did just based off of Meek Mill's response,
Yeah.
then he doesn't have to do anything to Meek Mill because he knows that Meek Mill won't turn against him because he knows he probably has
Right. Something
video
on.
footage of him. You know what I mean? So with Rod, he participated in these acts,
Mm-hmm.
which he probably thought was enough for him not to say anything. But he didn't get his publishing. On top of the stress and trauma, he just was like, I'm fit to release all of this. And
Right.
that's what that was.
We will be following,
And so
guys.
now we wait.
We will be
And
following.
now we wait. We want to see if he settles, how quickly he settles, because he is suing the corporations, which is
Mm-hmm.
good because they have insurance policies for sexual harassment and other things like this. So we'll see if they settle. It would be in their best interest just to settle.
Yeah.